Hello everybody, it is Thursday, the 12th of October. I've just heard this question, will knowledge of the occult save us? Only if you go to the highest level of revelation that we are capable of doing right now. We are capable of that. We're already seeing it in this world. We are partly already working it. We just need to make the connection between what we see in this world and what is written in the books, like the Bible. And I'm staying in that teaching because it's no good jumping from one teaching to another. They use different terms for different things and you get hopelessly confused. So I'm sticking with that one. Better to see a little in its fullness than to get completely confused and all. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. Now, if you say if the occult, knowledge of the occult will save us, and you're going the way of knowledge of the occult means you have knowledge of angels with harps and trumpets, you have knowledge of energy beings, you have knowledge of horned-winged goats that live in the astral field. If that's what you think by being revealed, that is being revealed. And you could even gain that knowledge, then no, that will not save you. Absolutely not. Because the real truth is still hidden inside a picture. You've created a new picture, but the knowledge is still hidden in there. So that is actually not a level that we should go to, and we need to skip that level because that will lead to complete and utter confusion. So going higher than even that. And then we come really to the level of energy and vibration, which is where we need to be in our understanding. So why am I still looking at those texts in the Bible? Is because there was an understanding there already. We do not have to start from scratch. There is a lot of knowledge already in there that was derived at by human beings. That means human beings can understand it. That has been worked by human beings, which means human beings can work it. They have already created outcomes. There are stories of intentions and of outcomes, good or bad. Again, you can learn from the mistakes of spiritual history, so to speak, which means you do not have to repeat them. And in that way, that book can be extremely helpful. But first of all, we need to give meaning to the words and to the pictures that are inside that book. Again, we have a state of awakening to a higher meaning. Yeah? It's been a higher meaning is being revealed to us. Now again, if I would say, if you were to say, I am waking up, yeah, and I know there are angels and demons in the astral plane, yeah, you are in a state of what I would liken onto, you think you have woken up, but you're actually still dreaming. You have actually not fully woken up. You're still in a dream, only you think you have woken up. So one step higher to really wake up. And then if you say we are talking about spiritual, which means there is no form. That which we are talking about has no form. They create a picture of an angel, yeah, And they talk about it in terms of the picture, but there the meaning is still hidden inside of the picture. The picture itself is not real. What is being spoken about has no form. God has got no form. Angels have got no form. So what we're really talking about are things, and I could see it in the book, and I can apply these meanings, and the text still makes sense. Yeah? So the meaning of God as an intention, that is the meaning of the word God. The sons of God, the ones that have the knowledge and work that knowledge so it will serve whatever the intention is. And good and bad becomes according to what serves the intention. So God, sons of God. In the book, let's say in the first story, in the Garden of Eden, the awakening, which is actually happening right now. On a physical level, we're just not there up there. Physically, we're doing it. Eve being the rational mind, being thought. Thought creates energy. Thought creates vibrations. Emotional knowing, Adam, creates energies. Yeah? It is an energy. So the two are actually one being split into two in that story. So you can see the workings of the two. The serpent being doubt. Doubt that is creeping into, first of all, thought, the rational mind. Eve is the first one to doubt. Doubting what? Doubting God, doubting the intention that is ruling over that world. And then eating from the tree of knowledge of good and bad, that is to say, starting to contemplate whether that intention is good or bad. Folks, we're doing this in this world right now. We are contemplating the intentions of those that are ruling over us, and we're asking, is what they are telling us even the truth? You know, when they tell us our intention, we're doing this to save you and save this world. Is that even the truth? What are their real intentions? And are they good or are they bad? And then the rational mind in the story ate of the tree looking for wisdom. That is man, Adam and Eve being man, being one, suddenly developed an intention of their own. The intention to have wisdom, which obviously did not serve that other intention. We are doing in the physical, in this world, and many of us call that good here. Yeah, you should question the intention of authority. You should, find out what they're really up to. At the same time, the people that are doing it, if they are Christians, they absolutely still condemn Eve for having questioned an intention. It's completely bipolar because you're not making the connection between the spiritual and the physical. And again, here comes, where do these things come from? Intentions, thoughts, the way you feel about things. Where do they come to? What is producing it? And they come out of this experience of life. It is an I am that produces intentions, that produces feelings, that produces thoughts out of the situation that this being is in. So you are the creator, in a way you are the creator of gods, yes. You create intentions, or you deny yourself completely and you just let somebody else have an intention and let that rule over you. And they're saying this is coming from a higher place, yes. it is not, it is coming out of the realm of the spiritual. Intention is spiritual. Until it comes down and you become the intention, you work according to the intention, and then it works something in this world. But the intention of its own, if it's not going through life, through a living being, it is created by a living being, it is going through a living being, it enters into this world. On its own, it can do nothing. It has got no power, it has got no life, it has got no form. It has to be created by life, by something that is alive. And that could be anything that has life. That can be a blade of grass. That can be another being in another realm. But they are doing the exact same thing. And then if you are connected to a being in another realm, yeah, and its intention or its commandments, its knowledge is given to you for reasons of their own, to serve their intention, then there is a spiritual being worked. Listen, there is nothing. I say God can only be a being because it needs to be produced by some sort of life. If it becomes reality, it needs to be a being. And then if you talk about others, then they are beings. Light being could now be something that has an understanding of that. It is enlightened to the understanding of this, and thereby to the understanding of itself, and then it can use that understanding of itself and knowing that the same works in others, and it can use that knowledge to rule over. Every time you say you enter into another world, you are entering into another bubble, into another world. But that is, again, a contained bubble. I am cannot exist outside of a bubble. I am cannot exist in all. So you're not, the only thing you might be talking about when you say people, beings of higher knowledge, is they have a greater knowledge of themselves and how this works on that level. And they are working their own energies, they're sending out their own energies to influence others. And as I said, with what intentions? What God is ruling in that bubble. And it's only when you look at it at that level, are actually really starting to wake up to something. And you're no longer dreaming of angels and demons in the astral plane. So then if you're saying, we need to surrender ourselves to another light, that means you give up knowledge of yourself and you're being completely ruled over by something that has greater knowledge of itself and probably of you. And you're doing so by faith, in the hope that thing actually has good intentions. And that is actually not the way. We need to have independence. We need to have a way of ruling over ourselves. And then we need to have the knowledge of ourselves. And again, knowledge of the occult, where the meaning of the words and the pictures are revealed and not just replaced by other pictures. So, and as I know, so many at the moment are being driven into looking for a savior outside from another realm. We're only talking other beings that are working the same energies. And I know a lot are being blinded by the light of a promise that was given. And I said before, and I'm saying it again now, the appearance of a bright light or the appearance of complete darkness, they are only two manifestations of the same thing, and that is your ignorance. You do not know. You're going by faith. And again, well, you say, well, they're bringing you love. Now, let's say, if there are beings that have the fullness of the knowledge of their own energies, but not only that, they are in control of their own energies. They are the masters of themselves. Do you think they can send out an energy of love to you at will? They can produce that energy at will to serve them, and there is the angels are serving you. You are producing, again, angels are something that has no form of its own, no existence of its own, no life of its own. It is produced by something that has life, and it's been sent out toward another point. And then if you are master. You are the master of your angels. Can you then send out an energy of will, making, giving you a message of love because it serves them. Their angels are serving them. And you can't be deceived. And, you're saying, well, they wouldn't do that, or it's not possible. Even, again, we are at the beginning of this, in this world. We're seeing things being worked by the Spirit, by our spiritual energy. We're seeing remote viewing. We're seeing channeling. We're seeing, well, on the lowest level, intuition. We're seeing things being made manifest that we're still calling coincidences, or what's the other word that is so popular at the moment? It's gone out of my head now. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And still not understanding that we are the ones working this. But, as I said, can we already work it in a way at will? Here's the thing, people can control their emotions and their thoughts to the point where they can be the lie detector. So in the beginning, in the small beginnings of it, we can already see it working in this world. Now the outcome, again, in the New Testament is actually changing reality through these forces that are created out of us. Changing reality as if we were pushing it with our physical hand. It's becoming as real as our physical hand. It is becoming as tangible as that which we can see. That's where we need to go to. But again, as long as people are, as I say, they think they have woken up, the occult will serve us. The knowledge of the occult the knowledge of that which is hidden will save us. Yeah, the knowledge was given in order to save, but not if you only go to the level where you believe on the pictures in the picture book. Then you think you have woken up, but you haven't. You need to get further than that. Again, I have thought about God, obviously the level of intention, the intention that is created, and that then can take over a man and create through the man. But the life has to be there to give life to the intention. It has no life of its own. It has no existence of its own. It has got no form of its own. You are becoming the image of it. So God intention, sons of God, the way that knowledge is being used to serve the intention. Angels are extremely important. Throughout the entire book, the workings of angels and what does that actually mean. And that is again the next thing. And no, it is not a winged being with a harp or a trumpet. Then you have not woken up. So, but what is it actually? It is something that we are doing. That is something we're doing, but we're sending out a message and we are receiving messages that are the angels. How do we do that? What is it we receive? And what does it work within us? In the end, this machine that is life, that is producing all of those things, we need to know its working components before we go around pressing buttons without knowing what they actually work. Because again, that we are working with an extremely powerful machinery here. Yeah, we should not drive it, fully drive it, without having some idea what the outcome is going to be, because we will produce a physical outcome. And that outcome will bite us in the arse if we get it wrong. Anyway, okay, so there it is. Yes, the knowledge of the occult will save us. The knowledge that was brought by an angel through Jesus, that knowledge will save us. But then it is something that we have to work. And it's not flat on your face waiting for Jesus to come back, or for God to come back, or for anything else to come to save you. But the knowledge of yourself and how to work your spiritual energies. That is the knowledge that will save you. And that is the occult revealed in those texts. Anyway, I leave it at that for today. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.